Hi everybody, so this is going to be my birth plan video. I hope it's not going to be too long, but I'll just share with you kind of the things that I found online and just kind of what I decided is going to be best for me. Not really solid on any particular thing. Like I really don't have my heart set on having my birth go a very specific way. I'm kind of traditional in a lot of the things that I think and want, and really the bottom line for me is just whatever needs to be done that's in the best interest of me and baby girl during that time, I'm gonna do it. So that's kind of it. I'm not saying that my way is better, that it's wrong to really feel very strongly about something. I'm just saying that's me, and the things that I've picked are what I decided is the best for us. So I do have the notes on my phone, so I'm gonna have to look down to kind of go over this for you guys, but here we go. So starting with induction. If induction becomes necessary, I'd obviously like to try natural techniques first, stripping of membranes. And then, you know, if that doesn't work, I'm all for being induced if that's what's necessary. If we're past due, go ahead, start the Pitocin. That's fine with me. Also, if my water breaks and I don't go into labor, I'm also okay with starting Pitocin at that time. Upon arrival at the hospital, I would prefer to have my husband with me at all times. As far as anybody else who's going to be in the labor and delivery room, I only want 2 people, my sister-in-law and my best friend. I just want the room to be very, very calm, very just kind of relaxed. And I know if we have all of our family, it's going to drive me crazy and I won't be very relaxed. So those are the 2 people that I feel most comfortable with to be there. I did make a note that all other visitors are welcome to come to the hospital, but I asked that they would remain in the waiting area and not be in the room during labor or delivery. I'd like to be able to play music, have my birth photographed and videotaped, and be able to wear my contacts and glasses until removal would become medically necessary. So that's kind of the basics of that. Pain relief. I am not a superhero by any means, and I'm all for the pain relief. So I know some of you that's not you. This is just what I know would be best for me. So I'm definitely open to discuss pain management as soon as possible, and as soon as it becomes, you know, obvious that I'm in a lot of discomfort. I'm obviously going to try and go as long as I can without it, but I'm definitely for it. I'm prepared to do, you know, any kind of natural things like massage and breathing and all that kind of stuff. And then if I do opt for drugs, I am all fine with an epidural. Ideally, I would like to move around and walk as long as possible while in labor. So that's kind of the basics of that. Second stage labor. As long as baby and I are healthy, I prefer to have no time limits on pushing. I'd like to be encouraged to try different pushing positions if we've been pushing for a long time, and if it's possible, depending on how much movement I'll be able to do if I have an epidural. I prefer not to have an episiotomy and risk tearing naturally. That's just kind of what I feel is the best situation. I think if you're going to tear, you're going to tear, and I would prefer not to have them preemptively do it just because they're concerned that I might. So that's kind of me. And then if I do have to have any repairs, I'd obviously like to have some anesthetic for that. As far as delivery goes, I would like the doctor to catch my baby. I'm fine with the nurses telling me when to push. As long as the baby is healthy, I would like the baby placed immediately skin to skin. I would like to breastfeed right away. And then I would like to delay all the basic routine procedures until we've had bonding time with the baby. Third stage labor, I'd like my husband to obviously cut the umbilical cord. I would prefer to have the placenta born spontaneously without the use of Pitocin, but unless it's medically necessary and it's, you know, dangerous, like signs of hemorrhaging and things like that. As far as a C-section goes, obviously not planning on having one. If it becomes a medical emergency, that's the only time that I would definitely go that route. I would like my husband to be present at all times during that. I would like to remain conscious, and I would like to have the baby shown to me immediately when it's born. I would like to have contact with the baby as soon as possible in the delivery room, and if possible, I'd like to have a hand free to touch my baby. Obviously, I'd like to also photograph the baby after it's been delivered. I don't want to see them cutting it open and all that kind of stuff, like after she's been taken out. If that's the situation, then that's what I would want. Let's see what else. As long as my baby is healthy, I would obviously like to nurse immediately right in the recovery room. If baby is healthy, I'd also like my husband to be with the baby as their main care until I'm free to do so. And then I would like them to obviously discuss with me what to expect as far as pain, and then what the post-operative pain medications and all that kind of stuff would be. Newborn procedures. If the baby has any problems, I'd like my husband to be present with them if possible. I would like to delay newborn procedures until we've had time to bond with baby, which I did say that already. And I would like all newborn procedures done in my presence. I do want to have the delayed administration of the vitamin K shot up to an hour after birth, so that we have time to breastfeed and bond, unless it's obviously, again, a medical emergency. And I prefer to postpone immunizations to a later date. Probably we'll choose to have those done like at a first doctor's appointment versus rather, than doing them in the hospital. And then obviously, please bathe the baby after we have time to bond. That's part of the newborn procedures as well. And I am for the routine PKU testing after 24 hours. As far as feedings go, I do want to exclusively breastfeed, so I did make a note of that. I do want to obviously meet with a lactation consultant as soon as possible. And as far as formula and pacifiers and all that kind of stuff go, I would prefer that they don't offer that unless I consent. And as far as the baby goes, I would like my in-hospital rooming to be full-time unless I request, like a break or a rest. And then at that point, obviously the baby can go to the nursery. So pretty basic. Like I said, not really anything too crazy. I'm pretty traditional and pretty basic on what I want. Don't really have my heart set on one thing either way. I just want to have a really easy delivery as possible. And like I said, not any kind of complications or anything, but of course, if they come up, then we'll do what's best in that situation. So that's just kind of my birth plan. I did have a couple of people ask that. Don't know if it's really that exciting for you guys. I did work off a template. I can't remember where I found it. I just Googled birth plan templates and kind of eliminated a lot of it because it was more like for people who really have a very strong feeling one way about birth, and that's great, but a lot of it didn't apply to me, so I just kind of trimmed it down and did my own thing. So if you have any questions, leave them as a comment below, and I think that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.